Welcome to Sports News. Cristiano Ronaldo has won the 2017 Ballon d'Or ahead of his great rival Lionel Messi and his Barcelona teammate Neymar. Ronaldo retains his prize, his fifth, after leading Real Madrid to the Champions League and Spanish La Liga double, and was presented with the gong by former France star David Ginoa in Paris. Kaká was the last player other than Ronaldo or Messi to win the prestigious individual gong all the way back in 2007.
I feel happy. It's a great moment in my career. I'm glad. This is something that I looking forward every year, every season. So I'm glad that last year we did amazing season. We win the Champions League.
And Nigeria's female bobsled team is targeting a podium finish at next year's Winter Olympics in South Korea. Nigeria will make a historic first ever appearance at the Games after Seun Adigun, Ngozi Onwume and Akwoma Omega successfully completed 5 races held across North America in Utah, Whistler and Calgary. No African nation has ever competed in an Olympic bobsled event.
We expect to be competitive. We got in this sport thinking that, you know, there were processes to get to where we need to be. Now we're where we need to be, and now it's time to compete, get stronger, get faster, get prepared for the Olympic Games, and, you know, give them a good, you know, run at this.
Some will say go girls. Now in tennis, Nigeria's table tennis star Arnaud Quadri has reached a career high of world number 21 in year-end ITTF world ranking. Quadri moved up 6 places, ending with 2,507 points, and is the highest ranked African, displacing Egypt's Omar Assar. He caused a major upset at the Swedish Open last month by beating number 5 seed Wang Chungting of Hong Kong to reach the quarterfinals, where he lost to world number 2 Fan Zhendong. And that's it on Sports News. Lady will be back with the rest of the news at 10.
Thanks, Neota. Continental leaders in the African Union have agreed to repatriate 20,000 African migrants who have been stranded at detention centers in Libya over the next 6 weeks. Thousands are said to be trapped in those detention centers, especially in government-controlled parts of Libya. Governments are under pressure to work out a plan for repatriation, especially since a video emerged showing people being auctioned at the slave market in Libya. The AU says it is working towards providing consular services and landing rights for planes to fly those willing to leave Libya. Palestinian protesters today clashed with Israeli security forces in the occupied West Bank and the Gaza Strip. In the West Bank cities of Al-Beri and Bethlehem, they threw stones at Israeli troops who replied with tear gas and used water cannons to disperse the crowds. In Ramallah and Jerusalem, demonstrators rallied and chanted against Israel and the United States and burnt flags. Palestinian medics say 17 people were injured by Israeli army gunfire in several protests. One protester was hit by live fire, another 14 by rubber bullets. The protests are in reaction to U.S. President Donald Trump's announcement recognizing Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said many countries would follow the U.S. example and that contacts are underway. Losses are being recorded in Los Angeles, California, as wildfires continue to rage. Fire services say at least 90,000 acres have been affected already and 150 buildings destroyed, while the fire has only been 5% contained. Many areas are being forced to evacuate as strong winds are helping the flames to spread. Over in Bel Air, which is home to celebrities and business leaders, including Beyonce and Elon Musk, luxury items such as artworks are being removed from firefighters or are being removed by firefighters from many homes. Authorities say the Getty Museum remains closed as artwork has not been removed because the filtration systems are protecting the collections.
So right now we have 0% perimeter containment. The likelihood of us getting any type of containment tonight is unlikely, as we are still doing structure defense. We have had some issues with the wind, the lack of air support. We did have 4 fixed-wing aircraft ordered for this fire this morning and 2 helicopters. And the fixed-wing aircraft could not fly because of the wind. We did have some helicopters up this morning, but they were ineffective because of the wind.
The news of Justice Adeni Ademola's voluntary retirement from public service may not be actually true after all. And that's because the National Judicial Council has issued a statement calling on Nigerians to disregard the voluntary retirement claim. The statement says the NJC, under the chairmanship of the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Walter Onohen, recommended Justice Ademola's compulsory retirement over allegations of misconduct. The statement from the NJC reads, and I quote, "The public is hereby informed to disregard news circulating on some news media that Honorable Justice Ademola has voluntarily retired. The purported voluntary retirement is clearly an afterthought, as Council had taken action before his decision to forward any voluntary retirement letter," end of quote. Justice Ademola was earlier in the year discharged and acquitted by an Abuja High Court on charges of money laundering and abuse of office. The National Judicial Council says in the interim it's suspended the justice pending ratification of his retirement. And the main news again. The Minister of State for Petroleum, Dr. Ibe Kachiku, today said the fuel scarcity in some parts of the country was caused by a shortfall in the supply of the commodity. He said government is already putting emergency measures in place to end the crisis. And that's tonight's news at 10. Thanks for being with us. My name is Ladia Kiridoluale. Good night.